Hello, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that a standard critic doesn't have to, and neither should you. And welcome to 90s May-Nia. That's right. Every Sunday during the month of May, I will be reviewing a movie that took place in the 90s and was released in the 90s. So, which 90s movie am I going to start with today? Home Alone should have just stuck with 2 movies. That's right, I'm reviewing Home Alone 3, the vomitrosis threequel to the never-ending saga of a kid left alone having to deal with the bad guys. But this time they didn't bring back the original cast members. No, we got a completely new lineup for this one, even though the setting is once again residing back in Chicago. There are these spies. They're trying to supplant a microchip. A microchip, people. Ironically, in a toy car. It gets misplaced. It ends up in Chicago. And I think you can probably figure out the rest. So with that, let's take a look at Home Alone 3. Credit for the movie, of course, goes to 20th Century Fox. And no, this is not for monetary purposes. This is strictly for review. I have to do this now to protect my fair use in case YouTube decides to take me down. So they get credit for the freaking movie. We start the movie with the usual Home Alone theme song, and the John Hughes production never fails us. At least they never did until now. Home Alone 3. Notice how there's nothing else, and you get a lovely view of Hong Kong. Boing! Last time we saw a movie take place in Hong Kong, it was Revenge of the Pink Panther. Come to think of it, this looks like the exact same area that they used for that climactic scene in that movie. Sadly, it was the last Pink Panther movie Peter Sellers was alive for. We see a bunch of Hong Kong agents doing a bunch of Hong Kong agent things. Secret privacy stuff, if you know what I mean.
Can't be detected by radar. I don't ask questions, Mr. Beaupre.
While they're blabbering on, you can see the cast members of this unfortunate threequel. And you can see the blueprint for the microchip. Courtesy of Axis Defense Technologies, based in none other than Silicon Valley, California. Gee, that must have saved Hollywood a shit ton of money. You got to shoot one particular scene in your home base. Hollywood! Bunch of cheapskates is what I know of. We then see a car mysteriously driving by nearby the lake. Or river, or whatever the hell it is. As the credits continue to roll on by. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Give me the fucking chip.
He's clean. Here.
Well, that was as random a scene as you can get. I'm about to kill you. Nope, just screening you. Just making sure you're clean. Yep, you're clean. Just when we think we were gonna get violence.
I got a plane to catch. Where's my money?
He gets his money. You wanna give me the money? Show me the money! Where's the money?
Here. Hide it in the toy car.
As you can see, they implant the microchip into a toy car. Oh, real clever! Like no one's ever gonna bother to look in a toy car to find the microchip. Actually, that's not that bad of an idea, except the kid you know is gonna be like, oh, I wonder what's inside this toy car that makes a difference. Hey, what is this thing? No, that's top secret! And then the truth is exposed. Not the brightest of ideas, if you do think so. So the 4 agents, otherwise known as the 4 dunderheads, are off at an airport with their toy cut and their dramatic spy music. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to be as stupid and pathetic as possible for this lame-ass threequel of a movie. Should you not accept, this microchip will zap your brains fry until you're stupid enough to realize, hey, you're in a dumbass movie. The reason why they put it in a toy car is because of the detector. Oh, you nervous train wreck, what a show. You can see that some cranky old granny misplaces the toy. That one's a fake! Granny has the real car! You know, the one with the microchip in it? And now the adventure begins. She senses something wrong.
Oh my God.
Okay, that was interesting. So she's like, oh my God, and the agents just spread on out. Why would they spread out, you might ask? Because they got the wrong bag. Somebody swapped bags for them. So now they go to the flight department to figure out. Here's my question. How in the world are you able to figure out which particular person is taking a particular plane to a particular city?
Young man!
Because she's too lazy to walk all the way to the plane, so she needs a cart to get there. Totally understandable.
When I was in the John, I didn't see anything in there.
Gee, thanks for telling us that. TMI, TMI. In case you're wondering, kids, the John means the bathroom. Just like Playboy coming. We don't need to hear about that. Oh, yeah, like I need to... Actually, you do need to hear about it. It was the most magical thing about... Nobody needs to hear that, Playboy. Jesus. So we now transition to Chicago. It's amazing how much we've been able to uncover in just 6 minutes, and sadly, there's only an hour and a half to go. So let's press on. We then move on to Chicago, and no, Kevin is not home alone. Because that's not Kevin, that's Alex. And no, that's not my creator. That's just the name of the little lad with a telescope. Is it just me, or is it ripping off another movie? Because I swear to God, I remember seeing this somewhere. And I know The Simpsons did a scene exactly like this before this movie came out. Which means they probably ripped on a movie that came out before that Simpsons episode, before this movie came out. So, yeah. What's up with the laziness, Hollywood?
The guy isn't at my house. He's at the Step-Ins. Their address is 3015 Washington Street.
Okay, the bright one knows the address. Clearly these spies are out and robbing every single freaking house until they can find the one that has their beloved car with the microchip. He drives a minivan! What stupid spy drives a minivan? How are you gonna be intimidated by a spy who drives a minivan? Especially one that's a fucking Nissan, for crying out loud. Come on! Would you be intimidated by a spy if he's driving a minivan? No, I don't think so. Would you be intimidated if Batman drove a minivan? No, of course not. Would you be intimidated if Playboy drove a minivan? I drive a minivan? Yeah, remember you mentioned that before? Oh yeah, right, I kinda did. Is there anything wrong with driving a minivan? No. Seriously, how can you be intimidated by a spy driving a minivan? That's ridiculous. You would have thought he would have been driving something like, oh, I don't know, a top secret agent car or something. Not a fucking minivan. So the cops are out and about because now they're gonna fan out and search every single stinking house to find the spies who are clearly not here anymore. You know, that door's gonna cost you some money. Hey, good dog. Why don't you give him a treat while you're fucking at it? Alright, moving on. So the spies aren't done yet. They're walking back in. Oh, by the way, they come back with a big dog. You know what this means? Big dog. Big poop.
Are we certain target is not left?
Oh, that is so noticeable. Come on. Why would you wear a Russian-style hat? Okay, that's not the brightest of disguises, lady. Come on. A Russian hat? That clearly indicates you're a fucking spy. They clearly didn't put the time and effort into making the costumes, now did they? Hollywood, you're fucking lazy. They figured at this point, we're at the third movie, we've dealt with this 2 times in a row. Why don't we just copy and paste the same plot, except this time, let's do it with a twist. Add new characters, but make it the same stupid bullshit. It's pretty much like the first 2 movies, except for the new fucking cast. Lazy people writing this crap. That's all I gotta say about this.
Hey, go home. Go home.
So clearly the big doggy is on the side of Alex. Oh, you got a little roughed up by the doggy, eh? I see London, I see France, I see ladies' underpants.
Maintain your position. Do not, I repeat, do not draw attention to yourself.
She's already drawn attention to herself with that stupid, pathetic-looking hat, so clearly this is a rhetorical point. Kind of moot, don't you think? Do not attract attention. Yeah, how can you not attract attention when you're already wearing that stupid, noticeable hat? Meanwhile, back at the sheriff's department...
We're going to Chicago.
Did you watch the weather for me?
So the top FBI or whatever is heading to Chicago to try and catch the spies.
Go fill your canoe yourself with yummy hot coffee, and I'll get your coat for you.
Thanks, son.
Why the hell is he being so fucking nice? Oh, I bet he wants to keep the mom home. Because if he's home alone, that's when the spies are going to attack. Gee, why didn't I think of that? Because it's like, we haven't seen that before. Oh, wait a minute. So the spies are back, and you probably could figure out if you've seen the first 2 movies how this is going to unfold. Square in the nuts. Gee, what a shock. Why didn't I see this coming? He lands on something hot, and that happens to be his... Ooh. Hey, look, it's the abominable snowman walking into the house. Ew. I can only imagine that's caramel, I would think. Yeah, maybe more stickier than caramel. Why caramel? I fucking hate caramel. This is... He thinks he's gotten through, and guess what? He's about to unravel.
Gotcha!
You know, that toilet is coming out of your paycheck. You do realize that. Well, look at the bright side. The abominable snowman has some new pair of skates to use. This is clearly old stuff, people. Come on. You should be familiar with this crap. Alright, so after this zoo of crap, I think you can probably figure out how this one unfolds. Cops come, they surrender the bad guys to their mercifulest ending, and guess what? The day is saved, thanks to the little brat. And the mommy comes home. Gee, there's a fucking shock. The only thing that they didn't copy and paste from the first 2 movies was the musical production. They went a completely different path. Otherwise, everything else is the same, especially the pathetically annoying plot. reunited with his mommy, and everybody lives happily ever after. Except for the people who wasted their time watching this movie. I can see why it got the damn ratings it got. We've been through this 2 times before. Why would you freaking use the same plot again? It's old as crap. I don't care if you install a new cast member and new music. If you have the same plot, it's pointless. Because you can watch the first 2 movies and pretty much understand how this one's gonna unfold. Except in the first 2 movies, at least the plot seems legit and the cast members are way better. I mean, come on. At this point, by the time they got to the 3rd movie, John Hughes was so fucking lazy and he was probably in a rush to get Flubber done. They decided, you know what, Flubber's probably not going to be a hit, so let's just do a 3rd Home Alone just to entertain the fans. And you know what, we're not going to waste our time. We're just going to use the same fucking plans we did for the first 2. We'll just try and use our time to get new cast members so that way it'll feel like that we spent time, even though you didn't. This is the same fucking crap as the other 2 movies. Those 2 I can live with because at least the cast members are good. This is fucking pathetic once we get to the 3rd time around. First time it's okay. Second time it kind of gets a little irritating and annoying, but otherwise it's still entertaining. 3rd time around, come on. By now you should know what's going on. Ugh. So if you want to catch a Home Alone movie, I recommend the first 2. The 3rd one, ew, please forget about it. Unless you haven't seen the first 2, go ahead and watch the 3rd one. But if you've seen the first 2, you probably know what's going on with the 3rd one. And with that, 90s Mania is off to a wonderful start. Like I said before, every Sunday during the month of May, I will review a movie, so stay tuned next Sunday for another review from the 90s. I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that it's time to go and have to, and neither should you.